Once you've got the Excel object, you can read and write data in that Excel file. But what data structure should we use to represent it? Earlier, we learned about three common data types: string, number, and list. And list is obviously the closest one. But a one-dimensional list can't represent a table-like structure with rows and columns, so we need to introduce a new concept, a two-dimensional list. Suppose we have an iPhone 17 series price list. We can imagine it like this. If we treat a whole row of data as a one-dimensional list, then the entire table is a list made up of multiple one-dimensional lists like that. In other words, each item in this list isn't just a simple string or number anymore, it's another list. That creates a two-dimensional structure, and we call this list a two-dimensional list. A two-dimensional list also needs all content wrapped in square brackets, with data items separated by commas. The data in the above table can be represented like this. Directly use the set variable in Automa to create this list. We mentioned earlier, lists are often used with loops. If we use for each item in list to loop through this two-dimensional list, what do we get each time? Let's try it. Pick the products we just created and print the loop item inside the loop. After running it, you'll see each row of data printed one by one. This proves again that each item in the two-dimensional list is actually a list. So, how do you get to a specific piece of data in a two-dimensional list? It's actually super simple. We can identify the row first, then the column. For example, to get the price $13.99 for the iPhone 17 Pro Max 512 GB. Step 1, find the 10th row. The list index starts at 0. The 10th row is represented by products 9, which returns the 10th list. Step 2, in that row list, find the third element. And the result is $13.99. These two steps can be combined into one expression, products 9-2. Here, the first index is the row index, and the second is the column index. List name row index column index is the standard way to access data in a two-dimensional list. Let us do a practical demonstration. Add a print. Turn on expression mode. First, enter products 9. After running it, correctly prints the corresponding row list. Then add another print. Enter products 9-2. After running it, correctly prints $13.99. If you print products 5-1, the output is 256 GB. Similarly, a two-dimensional list also supports reverse order notation. If you print products at -1, it outputs the last row. And printing products at -1 at -1 outputs $19.99. Actually, the data we grabbed earlier with extract data is stored in the output variables as a two-dimensional list, and the Excel files we use daily in programs are also stored as two-dimensional lists. Reading data from an Excel worksheet is basically just reading data from a two-dimensional list. Writing data to an Excel worksheet is basically writing a two-dimensional list into Excel. Looping through an Excel worksheet is basically looping through a two-dimensional list.